Hi, everyone. Hi, how's it going? So before I jump right into my speech, I just want to give you a little bit of context about myself. I like to say I'm extremely passionate about three things. That first is leadership, and I've carried that passion out by being a VP in the Schey Sales Center, and I get to carry it out next year by being a chair. Next is influence, and it's not just sales influence. It's the ability to motivate someone else, to look someone dead in the eyes, and when they say, I don't think I can do that, you say, yes, you can, and they achieve. And lastly, it's public speaking. And I'm living that right here, right now, in front of all of you. So we're talking about your personal board of directors today. And I know a lot of you might think big, dark rooms, stiff suits, but that's not what it's about. And first, I'm going to explain what your personal board of directors is actually about. And next, I'm going to explain 3 techniques for you to go out and foster your own personal board of directors. So what is your personal board of directors? Well, the purpose is summed up perfectly with the words of Epictetus. He's a Greek philosopher from 2,000 years ago. And he says the key to success is to find individuals that can the key to success is keeping company with people who uplift you and draw forth your best. Now what that means is that you're keeping company with these people that can look at you, like I said, and say, you can do that, because we're not all confident. Now who is in your personal board of directors? I'm here to tell you it's not a bunch of people in stiff suits. It's anybody. It could be your friends, your peers, your professors, people who mentor you, or even people who you have mentored. The only choice is you need to let them in to your personal board of directors. Now I'm going to give you an example of one tiny, tiny portion of my personal board of directors. It's my OU family, and I'm going to talk about 3 of my roommates at our house at 52 Franklin Avenue here in Athens, Ohio. So my first roommate is Avery Panolino. You might have seen him speak over there. I've known Avery since I started high school, and we've been best friends ever since. That was when we were at prom. We were in the same prom group together, different dates. But what Avery's done for me is he's gotten me passionate about science and technology. And I can tell you that I am not very good at either. All the way through high school, Avery taught me about science and technology, and he got me to pass those math courses. And even in college, he got me to pass college-level physics, which is a pretty big accomplishment for this guy. But beyond that, Avery gets me excited about technology. He'll run into our house at 12, 1:30 in the morning. All the engineers would know you work late. And he'll come in and he'll say, guys, I learned all about bending and twisting. And he'll show you a bottle and he'll go, well, if you bend it, the pressure's going to be here. And then he goes, and if you twist it, don't get me started on twisting it. It's crazy. But he really has grown my passion for science and technology. My next roommate is Steve Saleh, and he's a philosopher, if you couldn't tell. I like to say that living with Steve is like living with some of the greatest writers and authors in the world. Any one of you could take a step into our house, take a seat down on one of our lightly used college couches, and maybe start to tell us a problem about your life, whether it's personal or professional. And as you go and talk about that problem, Steve will listen to you really intently. He'll nod his head, great listener, but randomly he'll jump out of his chair, run all the way upstairs, and you'll hear some pounding around, and you are going to be dumbfounded, have no clue what's going on. But then he'll storm back down those stairs with a book in hand, and he'll be flipping to a random page. And he'll cut you off mid-sentence to go, I gotta read you this. And he'll read you a paragraph. And you'll be a little confused at first, but then you'll realize that that paragraph relates perfectly to whatever problem you were talking about. Living with Steve is like living with great philosophers like Aristotle, Epictetus in the beginning, all the way to modern day greats like David Foster Wallace and many more. Steve has brought reading and kind of writing into my life. My third roommate is Hayden DeRoberts, and Hayden's a couple years older than us. And he kind of took on the father role. We call him Pep Pep, and he takes it very seriously. You could come to our house, and Hayden will be sitting there, and he'll say, hey, buddy, how was your day? And I'll give him a big hug. I play into it, too. And I go, well, Dad, I had a great day. But that's just Hayden in our house. Hayden's a nonprofit musical festival major. He made that up himself. But what that means, and the reason that Hayden's a couple years older than us, is he had to take a year off school to beat cancer. And that's where he found his true passion. That's where he made up this major. And he came back, and now he hosts small festivals. Sometimes they're at our house, all the way to massive ones called Folk Fest. Folk Fest brings over 1,000 people a year. In someone's backyard, it raises thousands of dollars, and it's gotten thousands of people into the bone marrow registry, which means it gives thousands of people a chance to save a life. Now, Hayden has shown me what a true passion looks like. And although I haven't found mine, I know what it's gonna feel like when I do. So that's my three of my roommates at my house at 52 Franklin Avenue. And you might think they have nothing in common with Dave. I'm a business major, I'm very, very different than them. And I think that's important to understand. And next you might ask, how do they work so well together? You've got music, and philosophy, and engineering, and business. It's very, very different, and I'll say it's because we're extremely, extremely accepting of these different personalities. Now, like I said, that's just one small portion of my personal board of directors. And we're gonna get into 3 ways to foster your own board. How do you grow out your own board and increase people like them in your life? Step 1 is to seek out diverse personalities. If you go to school right now and you have a problem, maybe with your major or something going on, and you go to 5 philosophy professors, you're gonna get 5 philosophy perspectives. But if you go to the engineering professor, the sales professor, the marketing professor, 1 philosophy professor, and maybe an art guy, you're gonna get 5 different lenses to view that problem through. Next is negative and positive empathy. We've all heard of empathy. It's a way to feel like someone else is feeling. And you might not know why they feel that way, but you can at least understand. But there's 2 types. Negative empathy, which is the way for someone to come into your house. This is Hayden who did this, and he said, I had a terrible day today. I had to get a new ID because I lost my license, and I got to the place, and I didn't have $53, I only had $50, so I had to go back home, and when I went home, I dropped my books in the trash, in the grass, and they got dirty. He didn't throw them away, he didn't give up. He dropped his books, they got wet. Negative empathy is the ability to, instead of just go, oh, that sucks, and walked away, you go, oh my gosh, that's terrible, and you can feel it. You know when you feel negative empathy. So I gave him a hug, and you say, I hope you have a better day next time. Positive is the complete 360 of that. Someone might be having a great day, or maybe they had an awesome internship in the summer. I know the sales kids are really competitive, so when someone comes up to me and they say, I got this awesome internship, it's at a startup in California, I'm getting $30 an hour. It's easy to go, oh, that's great, but on the inside go, damn, I'm really jealous of that person. What you have to do is you have to share in that excitement. Get just as excited as they are. Go, that's amazing, and actually feel their excitement, because they'll notice. And the third point is start that infectious drive. All of my roommates are doing amazing things now, but we didn't start that way. We all started out as pretty average freshmen. And the reason I think we're doing these things is because one of us started. We did something awesome. And we went to one of our friends and we uplifted them and draw forth their best. And then there was 2. And once you get 2, you're gonna get 4. And once you get 4, you can have 8. And you'll see how it grows from there. So once you start your passion, you can build that out. So I'm gonna leave you with a quote. And it's from Ralph Waldo Emerson. He says, our chief want in life is someone who shall make us do what we can. This is the service of a friend. With him or her, we are easily great. I'll tell you that each and every single one of you are capable of accomplishing amazing things. But you can't do it alone. You need someone to go forth, call forth your best, and uplift you to succeed. So I'll leave you with 3 things. Seek out those diverse personalities so you have multiple lenses to look through. Next, be empathetic towards your friends and truly care about what you're doing. And finally, start that successful drive so we can all achieve greatness. Thank you, everybody.